Hello everyone, this is not really too important, just thing that I'm probably going to put before a video. And yeah, what I'm basically saying is I'm going to only be doing a video a day now because it's more comfortable for me. It's just flat out easier. And yeah, to be honest, I thank you for 350. Somehow we're still going pretty hard, which is surprising. And I welcome everyone that is new. That watches this, because I have a feeling that this will be one of my interesting series that I don't know how to take in what direction. But hope all of you enjoy the video. Now please rise for your national anthem. Hello everyone. And welcome to episode, I want to say 6 or 7 of season 2 of What If Deku Was Special. I hope all of you have enjoyed the series so far. All that usual shit. But more importantly, let's dive on in. When it comes down to Izuku in this very moment, right before him charging a line with many more POWs which have been once again forced into slave-esque labor and slave collars in general, this was a day that he was somewhat hoping for. His plans were simple. Regain what was the United States. For now. But his true goals are to, after the US, to go north. To take everything there. Him learning about something very interesting on his way there. There was one vault that was sealed shut by the Brotherhood of Steel. This vault was sealed shut because of the rampant plant life attempting to exit from it. None of it, well, not cannibalistic. It would be more along the lines of carnivorous. But it's interesting. Izuku found an FEV laboratory specifically designed to make sure after the bombs fell that the plants were hardy enough to survive the nuclear wasteland. When he opened unsealed the vault door after another year of combat and them being pushed back. The war going back and forth, in all honesty, but he finally got to the place where he wanted to go. Vault 297. One of the main locations that was told and that needed to work for the vault. For his vault in the United States to come back stronger than ever. That vault was filled with farmers and other sorts of handy men and women that knew the work the fields. So what they were meant to do was simple. Food production. Old school food production. I'm talking you grow it. Etc. He ended up finding very interesting things. Things such as cow DNA, untainted by the fallout. Same with chicken and horse DNA, which he did have a dream a long ass time ago that, well, he wanted a cavalry. Now, he's not gonna have the horses for a long ass time because it's only a DNA strand. You're gonna have to either A, mass produce cloning chambers and like specifically unfuck the the fucking genetic code so A, the horses could breed and not like basically be inbred trash. We don't want no fucking trailer park horses, but god damn it. But you understand what I mean. Same with the cows and the chickens, it's kind of still needed to be done in a specific sense. And in this way, they could assure, hey, we have more food and other things. But the most interesting thing was, the reason why they didn't fucking open it, because as soon as it was open, there were like plant people. Now, everyone's probably gonna be like, wait, hold the fuck up, what? What? Like, nymphs and shit? No. I'm talking about like like in Fallout New Vegas, I'm pretty sure it was, there was like a living tree that was from Fallout 2. One of the Fallout games, a guy who literally like got stuck in a tree and ended up growing with it. That or he was a tree. But it's safe to say that, hey, that shit could happen again. So in this one, I'm going to say that he was in Vault 97, all that good shit. But the most interesting thing, like, he could somewhat walk around still. It's strange. Because he's kind of a hive mind-esque entity. Which, like, as soon as the vault doors open, there wasn't immediate hostilities, but, like, one of the wall's eyes opened and straight up started talking. Which, like, everyone that was, like, in the fucking, hey, let's go in there team, fucking, like, oh, what in the goddamn? Holy shit. Just like, nope, get boss. Nope, get the general. We need to have some fucking words. So, eventually, Izuku would eventually make his way down. I said would eventually twice, but don't worry about it. My vocabulary is fucking immaculate, except when I'm recording. Hey, but when it comes down down to just in general. There is more along the lines of an agreement to allow him to spread, which, I'm not gonna lie to you, Izuku sees this as a positive fully, because this dude's a fucking pacifist. Like, the only reason the boss didn't open it sooner is because Izuku, they had more pressing matters to deal with than some fucking talking tree. But, so, in all reality, Izuku just kinda did his usual talk no jutsu bullshit, and just kinda, he didn't want him to fight in the war, because, like, he'll just bring him the bodies of dead people. Like, and like, when his troops and shit heard that, and he's like, sir? And it's like, oh no, don't worry, it's not gonna be our dead. It's gonna be the boss's. Like, they kind of expected that, but they wanted to make sure because Izuku's been acting fucking loopy. Like, Izuku's been, like, mad. Which, like, as soon as he's seen, like, some neutral party, the mad shit dropped, right? So, like, when it comes down to it, there's just so much shit that's just going bad for the boss right now. Because Izuku has a transmitter on the Zeppelin, the armored fucking sky vehicle that may or may not be equipped to fucking level a city-state. But in all reality, Izuku is one of the most terrifying warlords on map at the moment. Which, like, yeah, sure, John Henry Eden is the head. It's just like, we all know who's, like, the figurehead is and who the person during wartime is. Because Izuku has made it perfectly clear that technically he is vice president. At this point, he was able to, like, become VP. So, during this point in his crusade, people are like actually doing "Get down, Mr. Vice President." I'm not even joking. Because Izuku at this point has built a cult-like following to the United States of America. Yeah, y'all didn't see that coming, did you? Of course you did. You fucking kidding me? Like, Izuku's a manipulative piece of shit. He is not a good person. Granted, like, he was never a good person to begin with because he'd never really seen the good parts of life. Because if you watched season 1, I did him fucked up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, but he had to have specific things happen for him to act the way that he does now. A genocidal maniac that basically believes that any and all boss, period, need to be burnt alive, drawn, quartered, flogged, skinned, just like turn them into a rug. That is the level of fuck these people that Izuku's on for no reason except for his mom and the fact that they let the Crimson Caravan and into Krazix. If they didn't do that, he wouldn't be giving as much as a fuck. But to him, it's like, okay. Sorry. Ooh. But to him, he believes, okay, if I wipe out every single boss outpost and systematically annihilate most towns, I could make sure the DNA of every single person on the Crimson Caravan no longer exists to breed. Like, Izuku kinda on that genocide rush. Like, he's not doing this specifically for America anymore. He's doing this because of a vendetta that he's taking way too far. And like, Dee does know this, like Dee and Akrosa, they know the story. And like, as soon as the Enclave War started, it was, oh dear God, they knew, hey, we're not going to be able to pull him off his revenge shit. Especially now that they're working together, oh no. Oh, so like, at this point, I'm gonna say like, Izuku is still like researching and like having people develop technology. But Izuku may or may not have a program in place to monitor what he does, how he acts, etc. Because he knows one thing. Eventually I will fail. And I need to make sure people know that I was not a good person. I was a terrible human being. Because to him, knowledge is a form of freedom that must be given to citizens. And peoples in general. But he has also a backup plan known as Nova 6, but it's not what you think it is. But let's just say, if Izuku really wanted to like, just fucking set fire to that part of the continent, he would. But the fact is that he's the boss are in the fucking White House. And he doesn't mess with it. Now he has a couple options because there's only one more city left in Wisconsin that is left. That's basically what I'm gonna do with the dominations of states. And Izuku is not the only general by far, because there are people, well, other than him, running with not the same fervor, but still going pretty fucking hard. Like they aren't doing atrocities, but they are skirting the line that Izuku, because like Izuku personally puts psychopaths, like high-functioning, crazy motherfuckers, as generals. And what Izuku has done with most, if not all, of the slave army, if you know the Imperial Guard, you know exactly what happens when the Imperial Guard does his thing. When one person retreats, they die. You understand? Izuku has invoked commissars. Not for, like, the regular, I do my part fucking state troopers that he's basically recruiting. No, he's doing this specifically for the slavees. Because he has a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, because, like, to say that Izuku is a nice... this is gonna sound fucked up. Like, Izuku has gotten to the point where, well, not mental degradation, it's more like he just does not give a fuck at all about these people. To the point where, like, okay, let's do some psychological warfare, right? So what he does, like 4 days in advance of, like, going to take over cities, he would set random slaves free. And, like, what Izuku would do, as those slaves are running up to the gates, he would have a sniper with a fucking silencer just waiting on a ridge and just blow dudes' kneecaps out. And no one would leave the walls. Which the civilians inside would hear the screaming. And nothing would happen but that screaming. Like, what Izuku's trying to do is literally fuck with people. There's no other alternative. It's just like, okay, we're going to kill them in painful ways in front of the gate. Like, hey, so, like, there was one guy that just got it bad, unknowing to him. Like, Izuku, who strapped, like, an incendiary grenade on his back. So, like, when he went too far and, like, got to where, like, you know, the usual amount of people die. Because Izuku would be doing this, like, all over the locations. It wouldn't just be at the gates, it would be at the walls, the corners. He's full coverage. And the best thing about it was, like, it sounds fucked up, but, like, they wouldn't go outside to collect the bodies. Because they would get reports from other locations that he did this to. Those bodies have fucking explosives tacked on them. So, like, legit, this would go on for, like, a week beforehand. And it's at random times, at night. Some of them would literally, like, have speakers on them to, like, make their howls of pain louder so everybody could hear that shit. Which, like, everyone has adopted this, well, in Izuku's military force, has adopted this. These creatures are not human mentality when it comes to the boss, because that's the only fucking way that they're gonna stay sane. People that are, like, more specifically, like the, what the fuck? Like the men and women, like soldiers and shit, and the people that took up guns, they aren't human. They don't count as people, like, which then, like, awkwardly boosted morale, because that made even more fucking kooks and just madmen amongst Izuku's ranks. So, like, eventually when, like, the raids would happen, It's either people would like fucking leave and get shot in the back. And I'm more specifically talking about the boss people. Like, as they try to leave, just they get shot to shit. But, like, they don't do that to civilians. They only do it to soldiers because, like, Izuku knows some of these people in my squad are going to survive and they're going to tell people. So, like, what I'm going to do is that I'm only going to do it to the soldiers, which drastically lowered the number of, like, people that he had. But, like, he did supply sleep grenades, which are basically fucking... People are now fucking wearing gas masks so they look like the fucking Kriegers from Warhammer, just chucking fucking sleeping gas. As, like, grabbing the knocked out people and just fucking, welcome to the army, fucking God. Because that's the type of shit that they be on. Izuku's basically making a multi-race version of the Kriegers. And it's getting scary. But it's somehow more depressing. Like, you don't understand. The Kriegers literally have commissars not to kill them, but to stop them from killing themselves. That is the level of, oh shit. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, no, really. Like, that is Izuku's level of, okay, I'm gonna deal with this now. But, yeah. Izuku's gonna have another general basically swoop down and take this last city in Wisconsin. And he has decided to, like, just start tearing up the shit. To be perfectly honest, because, like, what Izuku's plan is simple. He wants the world. Because to him, there's only, like, fragmented governments and some other shit. Who's gonna care? I'm going to take every single nation and either force them under heel or kill them. There is no question. You follow the rules or you die. End of story. But what Izuku now plans on doing is basically taking more of the northern region, except for, going directly to, going to Alaska through Washington, D.C. But he's now going to, like, spread further up north because he doesn't want to get flanked. Because that shit's gonna be terrible. If, like, oh yeah, no, sir, the only one that we have left is, like, Chicago. It's like, what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, that level of shit. But, yeah, hope all of you enjoy. And please stand for your national anthem.